Hey, are you looking for something to watch this weekend? If yes, or you're interested in new things, have you ever heard of Inu-oh? So this is an animation that came out a few years ago, I think 2021 or 2022. Is a Japanese original animation, and I watched this yesterday and it was quite interesting. I saw people reviewing it as I think I saw it once being reviewed on TikTok, and I saved it, and I had it somewhere to watch at some point. Never got back to it, and then yesterday I was like, why not? Okay, so first impressions, it's different. It's very different. You have to think about this movie or animation set in the 14th century Japan. Okay, we are talking kimonos, we are talking shogun era with stories of mystical creatures. So the story starts with a little bit of introduction. Now you'll feel confused a little bit, like what's going on, because honestly you're just catapulted in the story. And they start talking about these mystical objects that if a person owns this object, they are very powerful. So we know that in the Japanese kind of history and a lot of culture or different cultures histories, and generally a lot of history, back in the day, there's beliefs of extra natural things being true. So in this case, we have this set of objects, and there were few people that were powerful, and they were looking for this object, because if you own all the object, you will gain immense power. What does that have to do with all this? You'll figure it out yourself if you do decide to watch this movie. So the characters that you can see here are Inu-oh is the one at the top, and then you have Tomona at the bottom. The story starts with Inu-oh being born, and honestly that was quite dramatic. As you can see, he has a very long arm and he's wearing a mask, and there's a reason for that. I'm not gonna want to spoil it for you, but his father sold him to a spirit to gain fame, and somehow he managed to survive. So Inu-oh, that character with the mask, was not supposed to be alive. Tomona, this boy here at the bottom, he is blind, but he was not always blind. He went to look for one of these objects, mythical object, with his father, found the object, and somehow lost his eye. You'll find out how he lost his eyes, but I'm not going to tell you. Watch the movie if you want to find. So somehow these two meet. Okay, so this whole animation is about music, is about culture, is about dancing and arts. And the way this is portrayed is absolutely beautiful. And it was funny because, like, while I was watching this movie, I was seeing some dance moves from, like, people that I know, or like some kind of break dancing moves. And I saw a little bit of Michael Jackson as well. But it was really funny to see and to watch, and the way they portrayed art, the way they portrayed the development of art, how these two grew in their fame. Okay, because at the beginning they were two poor boys, and Inu-oh was rejected by his family, and Tomona here was looking for something, and you'll find out what. I'm not gonna tell you. They come together and they start telling the stories of the spirits, because both of them can't see and hear the stories of the spirits. They start telling these stories, and their fame grew exponentially. So much so that you had like big boys, I'm talking about like the shogun or generals, wanting them to come and perform for them. Inu-oh at the top is not going to be like this forever. So as he's telling stories, he started regaining parts of his body that he lost due to the fact that his father sold him to a devil. And at the end, you'll see how he looks without the mask. That was quite spoiler alert, the ending is a bit tragic, but it's a very fun movie to watch, fun animation to watch. The animation style is exquisite. I really liked it. It's crisp and the story just flows, and then you have a little bit of time in the middle where they concentrate on the arts, on the music, on the dancing, and how these two became really famous and prominent in their society. They have haters, by the way, so you find out who hates them, who wants them dead, and how they manage to survive, and why I'm telling you that this is going to be a tragic end. The end is not going to be the end, so keep watching, because it's going to be something quite touching at the very end. Again, this is a very typical something that you find in quite a few Japanese movies and animation movies. And I mean, I talk for myself, the ones that I've watched, and I've watched quite a lot, have something similar at the end of them. Is it worth a watch? Yes. It's like an hour or so, an hour 30 minutes long, like an hourish. I don't quite remember, but it's not that long. And I would go and watch it because it's really, really different from what is out there at the moment. It's quite an easy watch as well, and you can find it dubbed, so it's not quite difficult. So yeah, let me know what you think. Let me know if you've seen this before. What did you think about it? Did you like it? Would you refer it to someone? Would you refer it to people? And if you haven't watched it and you're going to be watching it after this review, come back and let me know what you think about it and what you think about the ending as well. Okay, so please like if you enjoyed it, and comment and follow for more.